So we are at USIU, the United States International University. We're doing, Kytabu banners and everything here. Even the boss CEO, Paul Mugambi, is in the room. And what we're doing today is we're trying to figure out how we can get some kids to engage with some of our stuff from technology will save us, yeah? Yeah. He's going to be the chief engineer on call, by the way. He's the only guy who's allowed in the company to work with a solder. We've come with some plants over here which kids are going to be using. Show them the plants, show them the plants, show the plants. Those are the plants that we're going to be using as well. And then Max over here in the red jacket is the guy who's going to be helping us go and get plants. Yes, you can pass. In fact, we're now going to the car to get some extra stuff. So follow us along the day as we see how this situation is going to go. Umbrellas. What we're doing now is, because it's a coding workshop, you can see Arnold in the red shirt over there trying to talk to the kids doing coding. We're going to be working with some Arduino stuff. Paul over here is going to be showing them how to do it. He's got his soldering irons, his equipment, everything is ready. And he's the real engineer in the mix.
So we're introducing kids to solid-state electronics. And when we talk about solid-state, we're looking at electronics right from the component level. Things like LEDs, diodes, alarms, switches, etc. So that's what we're introducing the kids to.
Half of the story is how you use gadgets, like these ones, to build the actual device. So what we're going to do now is we're going to build a game. So this is Arnold. Arnold is the guy in charge of Tech Republic Africa. He's the guy who's doing all the training and the teaching and all the kids over here and everything. So I'm going to ask him what the questions are and what the whole thing's about. So Arnold.
It's quite simple. I'm a software engineer, and I'm passionate about tech, programming. So I wanted to actually pass this knowledge to the younger kids. So we decided to set up a camp. 1 week we do like a complete intensive course on how to program, and at the end of it they need to develop products. So for this camp, for example, they'll be developing games.
Yes.
So actually by Friday they should have a game that's deployed on Android or iOS. So just like that. So we teach them, using simple tools, especially for people at beginner and intermediate level, where they don't have to actually do co-programming, but they drag and drop different logical blocks, and then they just give them basic commands, and from there they're able to make them complex enough to run an entire game. By the time they go through day 1 and day 2, they can see their games taking shape. They take it home and they didn't download the applications, they continue working on it over there.
Nice.
So that's why they have such a steep learning curve, because by Wednesday they have over 50% done.
50%?
Yeah, exactly. And then today they are around 90%.
And so let's talk about the kids themselves. What's the demographic? Are there more boys than girls? Is it 50-50? Is there like a socio-economic kind of thing, or it's just kids will just do what kids do?
No, it's well, there are more boys than girls. We've been trying to actually, excuse me, to get girls involved in it. It's a bit difficult right now, but we generally have more boys, like about 70-30. 70%, 30% girl.
That's still not bad though.
Yeah, still not bad. So we have that, and the demographic is that we have kids from the ages of 12 to teenagers, 17. But the bulk students are between 15 and 16 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have a few 17-year-olds, and we have 12-year-olds in the other lab.
We have hardware over here. Some of the things that we've come up with, and some tools that we've brought in, Arduino kits and Raspberry Pi type things and everything. In your experience, just when you're talking about software with kids, what is their level of curiosity with hardware as well? What do you think?
In the last August camp, we introduced hardware, but it was just as a really, really basic level, and we did it for it was a 2-hour session.
Nice.
And from there we learned that the curiosity was quite high, because as much as they're interested in software, they also want to know how, when I play PlayStation, when I press the X button, how does that command translate into something they can see in the software? Exactly.
It's that curiosity.
They want to see the whole pipeline, not just software. So that's why we actually had Kytabu come over with the hardware kits, because we are software experts, but hardware, we don't know so much about it. So if you can come and actually bridge that gap between software and hardware, they can actually see, if I press a button, this what happens, then that will actually fulfill a lot of the curiosity that they have.
What do their parents think?
Their parents are so amazed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about that conversation you have with parents.
So basically, you know, after day one, usually when they come, there's this notion that programming is quite difficult.
Yeah.
It's for experienced people who are like in a lab somewhere, you know, with bad hair. So when you show them when you show them the simplicity of the whole thing,
yeah,
they start getting it, and then when they make the first prototype of the application on the first day, on Monday, and then Tuesday. Yeah. They go home and they tell their parents about it. They actually they take their work with them and they demonstrate to their parents. So as a result, we get calls and SMSs saying that, wow, my kid is learning. They're really happy, they're really excited. You know, wow, thank you so much, Tech Republic.
What's the future? Well, especially of software and hardware education. From your perspective as a software engineer, where do you think this can take you?
Well, our goal, which is quite ambitious, is that we thought that by the time, if a student goes through, let's say, 6 of our programs,
yeah,
they should be better than what our local universities churn out.
Wait.
That's our goal.
Hold up, bro. They go through 6 of your programs.
Exactly.
They are better than university graduates.
That's our goal. They should be better than
university.
Exactly.
And it's possible.
It is possible because by the time we know, the younger you are, the easier it is to learn,
yes,
to soak up this knowledge. So and they're more curious than university students because university students have to do it as assignments.
Yes.
You know, they do it because they think it's fun.
Because it's curious.
Exactly. So they'll go home, they'll spend time, and they have less responsibilities. So given the learning curve we've seen, if we now, let's say in the next camps, we start introducing more complex courses and all, we go into deep Java, we go into Unity and all, then by the end of next year, the end of this year or mid next year, they'll be really good and they'll be better than what people who are graduating in our local university. And they'll be under 15,
under 20.
Now imagine what that student can do when they enter university level.
This is definitely something to pay attention to, something to watch. This is an organization you must pay attention to as well. And hopefully we're going to have some really nice videos and snapshots of what the kids are going to do with the hardware. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Catch you later.